Hi everyone, this is just going to be a very quick little piece of the video and just seeing this is her second feed, so you know it's about doing the journey with my little guys and their progress. And yeah, I just thought I'd put this in at the start of the video, who I have put her name up, which you will see is Tessa, and she looks like a little Tessa. Well, to me she does anyway. So I'm going to start this, and once again she's down there in that little hidey spot that she likes, but yeah, she's a good little eater too. So there you go. She is eating really well. So as I said, just a short little video of her taking her little wrap today. Well, here's my little Tessa, who is about to have a little quick feed. Well, quick feed, well, it's just going to be a quick video of her having a feed. So, we'll get her moving. Oh, sorry. And yeah, give her rat. What do you reckon? You hungry? Always are, as bubbies at this age. 8 months. Can't feel them. What do you think? Yay? Pretty good? Let it, whoa, goodness gracious. What did I jump for? I knew she was going to take it. I don't know. Nerves are a bit jittery today. I have those days. Lot going on. Life's busy. And my grandson sleeps through the whole thing. He's just thinking, I'm sleeping, turn out that bright light, and as you'll see, maybe because we're going into the darker zone, Lily ain't moving. I think it's almost like, well, if I stay really still and I lay here, maybe she won't notice me. She's not going to put me home. But it's beautiful and cozy in here at 30 degrees Celsius. She's comfortable, but most of all, she's contented. You know, we've been walking past, bumping it, the dogs run through, and Lily doesn't even lift her head. She's just so used to home and being out. Totally safe and totally secure. And that is a contented snake. So yeah, she's one beautiful girl. I know I say that regularly on my videos. What a sweetheart, how beautiful this one is or that one is, but I speak from my heart and I say it how I see it. Because Lily is beautiful. She's got the sweetest little face. And we'll go back to my little girl, who is also beautiful, and I'll shut her door for her. And she'll enjoy her feed today. And I've got her on that 5-day feeding at the moment, as is a Pani. Of course, I'll get her through these fuzzies. She may remain on those for a little bit longer, and then of course she will go up to hoppers. I'll just judge it for myself. There she goes. No letting go and trying to find the head today, Tessa. So yeah guys, I just thought I'd put that in and check in on where Lily's at and what she's doing, which as you can see is not a lot. I had a Pani out for a little while earlier. I've opened the door for Jack to come out, but he's not really interested today, so it's okay. He was out for a while yesterday, so that's fine. So guys, you know, this is kind of my day and how it exists with my snakes, and there is always one or the other out, or 3 out, or 2 out. It you know, whatever. I don't mind who wants to come out. I let them come out. And of course, having time with my grandson, who does a lot of frowning in his sleep, and he's having a dream. And I'd like to think he's having beautiful dreams about snakes too, because like I've said, he's going to see a lot of those in his life, just like his brother. So I'll put this in with my video of my day with Lily. That isn't quite a day with Lily really, is it? But it is. She's out, I can see her. She knows I'm here. Yeah. I'll let her finish that. What an amazing wet kind of sun come out wet day here in Queensland. Well, Brisbane, just out of Brisbane I live actually by about 25 kilometres, and I'm also fortunate enough to be only that far away from the actual Gold Coast and the beach. So, you know, I've got about an hour I'd drive if I go north to get to the Sunshine Coast, which is beautiful as well. Half an hour to the Gold Coast. So I'm really fortunate to live in kind of a really good position to have the best of both worlds. And I come from a little country town that was only 8 kilometres away from the beach, and where I actually bought my home and lived, I could wake up and I could, on a high tide, I could hear the tide and the waves. It was absolutely lovely. Of course, I've moved up here and I live in the suburbs, and I come from the country. The little town that I grew up in, I think, had 1,200 people to begin with, and it's grown quite a lot. It grew to about 3,600 by the time I left. It's now got a population of over 7,000. So, and I go back there regularly because one of my sons, my eldest son, lives there with my grandchildren and his wife, and my second eldest son, Jarrah, lives in, or just out of Bairnsdale, with 3 of my grandchildren, so they're both in Victoria. Haven't been down there for a couple of years due to certain circumstances, health and so on, but if I ever take the trip, I'll be taking my camera. Of course I won't have my snakes, but and actually, in a way, how do I go and leave my snakes? You know, it's a big thing for me. But anyway, I'm going to do feeding today, and while I'm feeding, I'm going to do a little bit of a discussion around feeding your snakes and the size of your snakes, because the two go together, and not just the size of your snake, but the health of your snake. So I'm going to start with Tessa, who currently is on fuzzies and doing quite well on them, and I'm feeding her, you know, up until she's about 1. She will stay on roughly a 5-day routine of feed. So let's see if she can see that I've got her little fuzzy for her. She takes a little while to catch on. Oh, sorry guys. But once she does, she's pretty good. She goes higher, and there you go. Straight up in the air. But you got its feet. So she's going to have to either end up going butt first or head first. But she's on fuzzies. Now, gauging by her and how much she grows, you know, she is going to move up to a hopper. But she's going to go butt first, because she's not realised she grabbed butt first. But she'll manage that. You know, I've done a feeding video explaining what size, but this is more about the size of your feeder to the size of what you want your snake to end up being. And I'm kind of a girl that I believe in feeding smaller feeders, but more often. Slower growing, yes, they're not going to get massive. But you know what, guys? Just because you know a snake is going to end up massive and it's a put off, don't be put off. Because if you feed them smaller prey, you will have a smaller snake. And that does not mean that your snake is not healthy and happy like any other snake that you fed extra large to. So, you know, in her life, in Tessa's life, she's going to be a big girl. The most that she's probably ever going to get to in terms of how I will feed her will be a large rat every 10 days. If I feed her a smaller feeder, but just feed her more often, she will be a happy and healthy snake. So anyway, that's Tessa done. And I do have Lacy and Jack to go. So, she's going butt first. But that's okay. She'll be fine. So I'll be back soon with Lacy. Okay, Lacy is in here, so I'm going to be feeding her in an awkward position. Well, maybe not as awkward as Jack, but yeah, she's well aware there's a rat. Are you not? You hungry too? Why do you always go to the top end of a rat? You don't need to go to the top end of a rat, because you get me tongs. Try the mouth. Okay. Here we go. Try that, Lace. You ready yet? It's a rat. I swear it's a rat. It's not a pizza. It's not a hamburger. It's a rat. Okay. Well, you want it? No? What are you doing? Not hungry? Do you want me to leave it there? Hmm? She'll probably come out and take it. Oh no. So. Oh. Well, okay. I ended up just laying it in there for Lacy, and yep, she's come on out and started eating it for herself. So, and sometimes Lacy prefers me to actually do that. Just put it down, and then she's just happy to come on out and grab it when she's ready. So, yeah guys, they're all different, you know, and remembering, and I say it so many times, get to know your snake, you know. No, she doesn't do this all the time. Sometimes she snatches it out of those tongs. Other times, nah, just put it down on the ground. I'll eat it when I'm ready. So, can I read her mind before I go in there? Sometimes. Just by the way she's going up and looking at it and staring it down, but not interested in actually grabbing it. She kind of lets me know quite quickly. So, anyway, that's the end of this feeding day. And keeping your snakes a little bit smaller. So if you want a Chrystal, a Bredli, you know, even a black-headed, you know, they all get really big. But that's because people feed them big. So you don't have to keep upping the size. You can get to a size and say, that's plenty big enough. You don't need to be eating any bigger size feeder than that. And just feed them more regularly. You will keep them smaller, but you'll keep them healthy too. So, let me know what you think. What's your theory on it? Do you think that you need to keep going up and up and up? You know, I guess if you do want a massive big snake, you can. And I'm not talking about power feeding. That's completely different. I'm just talking about if you want to keep your snake smaller because you love a Chrystal but they're too big, they get too big. No, they don't. That's up to you. And you can do it in a way that will keep them healthy. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you all. So, ciao. So I want to talk to you about just because they are a big species in terms of the snakes that are out there, they don't have to be. And I'll try and explain this to you as best as I can, and I hope that you understand what I'm saying. But basically, it is how you feed them and what you feed them. Are you going to eat or you want to go home? What do you think? It is a mouse. I swear it's not a rat. Okay? Okay. But give me my tongue. I need my tongue. Yep, Jack, it's your turn, bud. You ready? Except I'm opening up a course down this side. Don't bump your nose. Don't bump your nose. So, everybody's got a noise going behind me. Oh, actually, I don't feel really comfortable doing it from this side, bud, because I can't really get in there. I'm doing the best I can. So, yep, Jack gets a large rat. And that is plenty big enough for rat. Yeah. Mr. Boy here. What? Oh, she'll come at me, but she knows not to bite me. Okay. Here we go. With number 2. I dropped it because I'm useless and I've got a thing stuck on my arm. There you go. Good girl. See? A thing stuck on my arm. Golly gosh, Mum's hopeless.